got the Worker Harrier. I know this is not something new. We've had this for quite some time, but I was like, you know what? Let's try this thing out to see exactly how it is. Once you put 10, 20, 30, 40 different mags through it, to see just how well this thing shoots, because some things start off great and then they kind of die out. This honestly reminds me of kind of like the Swift 2.0, right? I was all about the Swift, but then I was like, that Harrier, let's try this thing out. Now, this thing shoots a little too hot for my local wars. This thing is roughly shooting about 170. Now, they do have a bunch of accessories that come with this thing. They got the spring, the extra barrel, they got the aluminum pieces. I mean, there's a lot of accessories that come along with this. None of them, though, are gonna get you down below that 150, unless you use maybe a different spring or a combination of a different things. I'm probably gonna try to cut one of my springs down to see if I can get it right about that 150-ish, because again, that is my local wars, but we do have a high FPS round, which I'll probably bring this out to. Now, this thing in the box, guys, comes in about, well, technically about 3 different parts. Assembly should take you, I don't know, roughly about 2 minutes. It is really, really quick. But one of the things that kind of drives me crazy about this blaster is if you want to open this thing up and see what's going on in there, this whole top piece, you need to take some of the bolts out. It is basically a way to kind of cinch this whole thing down. Is it required? No. To be honest, it's just, for me, it's just a lot of weight on there. I would personally not even run this thing, or run just maybe like a 3D printed plastic part. It is the same for the front rails. They're all aluminum and they feel great, but man, I just don't like the extra kind of weight added to it. It's the same thing as kind of this knuckle guard here. This knuckle guard, you guys, that is, I mean, I don't know, what am I, like punching my way through, you know, like whatever it is. So this knuckle guard for me, I have designed a kind of bottom piece down here, which we'll talk about, you know, at another time, but I thought it just would make it look a little bit cleaner, because this way I don't need that knuckle guard. I wanted to kind of lighten it up if I'm running around with this. But looking at this thing up close, it looks so good, guys. The build quality of it has that just worker feel, right? That plastic injection molded. It is sturdy and it is good. That top piece up here is not really required. It does have the scar up here. I know a lot of people have changed that. It's always worked well for me. The front grip is, you know, the standard worker front grip. It is just great. The trigger is aluminum. It has the kind of the smaller mag, if you want to call it that. It worked good for me, but you know what? I'm sticking the standard Talon mag in here. It does have an adjustable kind of stock here, which is great. I have no complaints about this. I mean, when you pop this thing off, it has the extra Allen wrench back there. You guys, I mean, I don't want to like rehash what everybody has said about this thing, but it is legit. It is legit good. Probably my favorite new Springer. I mean, you know, I've had the pump skewer back here, which is great, but man, this thing beats that thing hands down. One of the things that I guess is a talking point where some people like it and they don't like it is the spring under here for the return. So when you pump it, right, it comes all the way back with the assist of the spring, but it makes it a little bit harder to pump. I don't know, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm gonna leave mine on there because I kind of like it, but maybe I'll take it off one of these days to kind of see. Now they do have a couple different colors of this. They do have the classic orange, they have the white. This is kind of like their almost teal. They do call it blue, I think, but I don't know. Maybe my eyes are like super bad. But this thing absolutely rocks. I want to take this thing outside and actually shoot it, because that's what this thing is all about, is that performance, right? That accuracy. And this thing is absolute freaking tack driver, shooting at about 170 FPS. So let's go outside, check it out, and we'll go from there. So there you go, guys. Look, when you see that thing shoot, you guys know this thing is legit. It is absolutely straight every single time. And to be honest, I mean, for around $180, this thing is a premium blaster. And some of these 3D printed blasters that I get are upwards of $240, $250. And let's face it, for me, some of those things I feel like, my gosh, like they shoot good, but man, this thing shoots so good. And with that new addition of those threaded barrels, oh man, it makes kind of that whole nesting of the barrel up against the pusher, all that thing of the past, because now you can thread it in and it is secure and you don't need anything locking it in. But this is an absolute tack driver. It's like the blasters are getting better and better and better. And every time I get one of these, I'm like, it's got to be bad. But no, it's just better and better. And I cannot wait to use this at my high FPS wars, you know, coming up here in about a month. But anyways, that is my 2 cents, guys. This thing rocks. I mean, everybody else has said it rocks. A few things that you can live with, right? But overall, it is good. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what color you guys got if you guys got one. Anyways, thanks again, Fox fans.